Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down. Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. During those times, I accumulated some good stories. I'm going to share one with y'all today. If you like the story, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I drop a story, you will be notified ASAP, and you can hop on it whenever you're ready. Also, be sure to check out my YouTube playlist. I got a lot of my older stories categorized into specific categories, and I'm sure you'll definitely find you something that you like. Now, let's hop right up into this story. So, yeah, you see the title right there, and I'm talking about, man, when an old gang member gets too old and this dude is still running around trying to gang bang, right? I done seen Crips and I done seen Bloods, right, get past a certain age and they mid to late 50s, early 60s, and they still cousin they blood, Now, not all of the time, but the majority of the time, in my experience, when something like that happens, those dudes were relatively no one in the gang world, because there are certain dudes, certain gang members, Crips and Bloods, whose reputation definitely precedes them. And, it really don't matter what you've done on the streets. It all matters about the work that you put in and the things that you've done in prison to really get your reputation. And like I said, it's several individuals, Crips and Bloods, who when their names are spoken in whatever penitentiaries, they are going to be acknowledged. And I've ran across several dudes like that. Dudes whose names ring bells regardless of where they go. They're recognized as soon as they hit the yard. People's like, oh man, such and such is here. So-and-so is here, And the majority of those dudes that I've ran across, they're not extra out gang banging. They're not, hey, what's up, blood? What's up, cuz? They don't do that. They still identify with where they from. They still associate with their homeboys. But they don't carry themselves in a way that would be associated with the more younger gang members that's trying to prove themselves, right? And so this particular story right here, and this is the real dude's name, OG. He used to call himself OG. OG was he was a Crip, right? And he had several homies on the yard, and his homies, while they accepted him, they definitely didn't acknowledge him as no big homie, no older homie. He kind of took the vibe that I would get from speaking to some of them is he just grew up around the area and he was pretty much a cocaine user on the streets, you know what I'm saying? And so while they, they accepted him, he didn't have no say so, he didn't call no shots, he didn't have no authority, like a regular individual who had ranking his age would have, so pretty much he was pretty much a nobody, but like I say now, OG was cool. He didn't start no mess, He was always, hey, what's up, cuz? Sometimes you might hear him at somebody's cell. Hey, what's up, cuz? You got a CD? Hey, let me get some Tupac, man. Or you got some Snoop Dogg, cuz, or some West Side Connection up in here? You already know it's Crip on mine. I need some of that Crip shit. You know what I'm saying? So he'd be running around doing that, right? And OG was cool though, he didn't really bother nobody. Oh, this took place at CMC East. I want to say maybe somewhere around 2012, 13, somewhere up in there, right? And OG was probably about 5'9", maybe about 215, 220 pounds, dude who had got a big old stomach on him. Like I say, anywhere between probably late 50s, mid to late 50s to possibly early 60s. It was hard to tell. He had a big old giant beard, gray and black, bushy, bald-headed dude. He used to keep some glasses on, Every morning he'd go over there to the workout pal, he'd do about 10, 15 minutes of working out, and OG would kick back and relax, be chilling and stuff. Now, a lot of times you might hear OG talking and stuff. Oh yeah, man, I ain't turning down no fades. I ain't turning down no fades. Now I'm thinking to myself, you old motherfucker, you ought to be more concerned with not turning down no inshore or no green vegetables, you motherfucker. You run around here talking about fighting and all that whole type of shit. Somebody gonna whoop your ass, right? And also OG, when he walked with a limp. One of his legs was kind of messed up and stuff. So he hit the workout pal. He'd go down, he'd do his push-ups. He'd have to get up on his knees and struggle to get up, But like I say, OG was cool. He wasn't no trouble starter, nothing like that. Now, at some point in time, I got a Celly from Oakland. His name was Kai. Now Kai was probably about 32 years old, maybe 5'9", 5'10", maybe about 185 pounds. Now, for those of you guys not familiar, Oakland is one of the rare cities in California that don't have any Crips or Bloods, So Kai wasn't a gang member in that aspect, Kai was real cool, though. Kai was laid back, cool dude, man. Used to play basketball and stuff, just real cool out the way. So now one day in particular, I'm in the cell. Now, I leave the cell to go to, they got a snack bar on the yard where you can go get sodas and ice cream and all this and that. So I'm running over there to go grab me some snacks or whatever. I'd been in the cell watching TV. So now when I go past the day room, I hear OG in there talking loud. Oh yeah, you already know what it is. This whoop-de-whoop-whoop and talking stuff. But I'm thinking OG just in there being OG, So I run down to the store. I go down there, I get my items or whatever. I come back, I go to the cell. I hop back in the bed, turn on the TV, whatever I'm watching. Maybe about 3 or 4 minutes later, I hear a knock at the door. So I look down, I hop down, look down. It's my Celly Kai. I open the door. I'm like, what's up? He's like, oh yeah, man, this fool want to see me. Let me get the cell for a minute, Celly. I'm like, who you talking about? So I look out there. It's OG. I'm like, OG, what's up? What's going on, man? Oh man, this dude, he got me twisted, man. He gotta see me. He gotta see me. I said, OG, hold on, what's going on? I'm trying to put my arm on it, because he's trying to come up in the cell. I'm trying to put my arm on the thing a little bit. I say, hold on, what's going on, man? Oh man, I don't do no talking, man. I don't do all the talking. So now I look back. Now, the cells in CMC are extremely small. Probably some of the smallest cells I ever seen between CMC and Chino. I only was at Chino for a hot minute on the layover. So now the cell at CMC is extremely small. And so when you come in the cell to the right, well, they had this weird type of it was almost like a day bed that they had put into the wall. It was almost like a cabinet. And that was one bunk. And then it was another, they had made like a bed that they had chained to the wall, like a day bed, and it let down off the wall. It had 2 chains on it. It was like a hard metal slab. They let that down, and that was the other bunk. But these originally was one-man cells, and they put that chain that would let down off the wall. And so the cell was extremely small. There was no room in the cell. And then also when you go past that, the cell may have been 10 to 12 feet. Then you go past that, it was a desk. They had a desk right there. And then behind that, they had a steel, a sink, and also a toilet. And then the wall probably was literally maybe 15, 20 inches from the toilet. It was no space right there. And so that chair, to create more space, we picked the chair up, and we had a window that let down, somewhat like the window right there in the back that you guys can see in the background. But you could open it up and you could it would let down maybe, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 inches. And so we would hang the chair on the corner of on the edge of that window sill when the window let down to create a little more space. So Kai is back there putting the chair up there. So I like, Kai, what's up, man? He's like, man, OG tripping. He say he want to see me. He can see me, So OG at the door, he like, oh yeah, man, he out there gang banging and talking about his hood and all this and that. Kai say, man, I'm from Oakland, man. I don't care about none of that, And so I'm trying to talk to OG, right? But OG is adamant about coming up in the cell, taking his space. So I try to talk to him a few minutes. OG wasn't here. He telling me to get on out the way. At the end of the day, man, these is 2 grown men. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, I'm trying to prevent my Celly. Me and OG is cool. I'm trying to prevent this from happening. But OG is adamant. OG is over adamant about coming up in the cell, getting his fade. You know what I'm saying? So I get on out the way. After a minute, OG like, go on, watch out, man. Watch out. Let me, I got to handle my business. So OG going up in the cell. Now, my Celly, Kai, he's all the way in the back. Now, it's not, like I say, it's not a whole lot of space up in there. And so I shut the door. I hear Kai say, what's up? You ready? OG like, yeah. Now, OG is really up against the door. So when OG say, yeah, Kai, boom, 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 boom. His head, OG's head hit the back of the cell, and down OG go. OG on the ground. Kai get on top of me. Boo, boo. OG like, let me up. Let me up. Now I'm thinking to myself, he didn't let you down. So I'm like, hey, Kai, hey, what's up, man? Y'all all right? So Kai like, Kai, back up. I said, Kai, come on, that's cool, man. That's cool. OG like, no. OG struggling to get up. Like I say, when OG do his push-up, he can't even get up. So Kai is in the back of the cell while OG is trying to push himself up on the toilet and all that old type of stuff, I'm telling Kai, Kai, let that go. Kai just like standing, I'm telling Kai, like, leave it alone, man, leave it alone, as OG is struggling to get up because there's a long, like a slit in the window where you can look in the window, right? So, now Kai done got back as far as he can get back, but once OG get up, OG like, what's up, what's up, what's up? So Kai kind of like, he basically looking like this dude wanted, I gotta give it to him. So he run up on OG again. OG throw a old weak ass punch. Kai get on him again. Beep, boop, bop, beep, boop, bop, bop. Guy busting him up. OG get on back on the toilet. Kai only now. Now he just giving him hard body. Boo, 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 boo. So I finally say, all right, Kai, okay. It's cool, man. It's cool. Y'all stop that shit. Stop that shit up in there. So once again, Kai get on back, man. I open up the door with my key and I say, OG, come on, man. Let that shit go, man. Y'all cool? Y'all cool? He's like, yeah, we cool. Kai said, you better be cool. So I get OG. I get him on up out of there, man. And he walked back up the hallway, and going up in the day room and stuff. So, man, it's like that sometimes, man. You have these older dudes, man, who still think they young. And I heard a saying one time, man, and to me, as I started to get older, it definitely proved to be true, It said that a great athlete is the last one to realize he ain't great no more, right? Everybody around him watches his skills diminish, and he still thinks he can do physically what he used to do 15, 20 years ago. In his mind, he can do it, but he's not, what I'm saying? He's not that fast and stuff like that no more. And to me, that proved to be true because I was at one point in time, I played a lot of sports, and after a while, you start to notice like, damn, I can't do the things that I used to do. But in our mind, we still think that we can, We all hold ourselves in high esteem sometimes in doing certain things, But it's a reason that these top-notch athletes retire at a particular age, man. You think these athletes get tired of making 8, 9, 10 million a year playing basketball or baseball or football? No, of course not. The reason they retire, man, is because their body is unable to do the things physically that they once could do long time ago. But anyway, man, that's my story right there on when a Crip turns cripple. So for you old dudes out there still gang banging, trying to fight these youngsters, man, sit your ass down before you get hurt. Anyway, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.